just fine how you
Yeah,
are.
no, put on a
Okay,
fun light.
here we are. This is this week's review of the Shawshank Redemption. Uh, oh my good,
Bless you.
God bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you. Bless you.
Oh my gosh.
Mute, mute.
Bless you.
Uh, let's
So
just go.
what? How come we
What?
don't say anything when people fart? You know,
I was
I do.
actually going to bring up farting because
like
that
in
was one
the
of my favorite
turn of
parts
the
of this
hat
beautiful
to
movie.
Sarah.
I usually give
Was
them
the
a.
farting?
There were a lot of fart references.
Ooh, taste it. Nice.
No, like
Yeah.
personally, like when so we're doing Shawshank Redemption,
Yeah.
which is a story about two friends. The way I would describe it, it's a story about hope, um, in times when you maybe think all hope is lost. And it's about the power of human connection and friendship and like just where you put your mind and where you put your energy and where it goes. I don't know. That's not a very good description of it. So it's about a man who's wrongly convicted of murder, sent to Shawshank prison to serve 2 life sentences. Character is played by Tim Robbins, and he makes another friend with Morgan Freeman, who plays Red.
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 Was that
Hey,
necessary?
Red.
I thought, and this was my first time watching it. The reason I picked it is
Hey,
that I've always wanted to see it, and I was on IMDb's top 100 movies you have to see before you die,
hmm.
and this was number one. So,
We
That
saw
was
it.
number one
mm-hmm.
movie that you have to see before you die.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I wonder why. I wonder why before you die and not before you go to prison or something like that.
Because you probably
Maybe
watch it
you'll
in
be able to
prison.
see more movies when you get in prison, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There'll be no prison movies where you're going. Prison.
Prison.
Yeah, I like as somebody who'd never seen it, I've heard a lot about it. I think sometimes you can like have high expectations for like these classic movies and then you watch it and you're like, I don't get it. I feel like I got it. I thought this was
Yeah, this movie's
awesome.
sick.
I
I
loved
love how
it.
you
Like,
call it a classic movie.
is it
I
not a
guess it
It
classic
is.
movie?
is.
I guess it is almost 30 years old, but still, I would categorize like Gone with the Wind and Lawrence of
Just
Arabia
because
and
it
those. Are,
came out when you were 30 years old doesn't mean it's a
It's
classic.
not
It's
a
old. The
classic.
okay,
Godfather's a classic movie that came
I
out
Yeah,
when
that's what I mean. Just like
you would
a
have seen
movie
that
that
in
no, I get you.
I think is
It
highly revered as a good movie. Like
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I like the blue
100%.
better, by the way.
What?
I like the blue better. I switched to a
I thought
blue
you
one.
were I thought
Oh,
you were
okay.
changing it with your emotions and like
I
your
should. I
fervor,
should.
Yeah.
Mer.
mood life.
What did you all think of it though?
That movie was sick. I loved that movie.
Had you seen it
I
before?
liked it.
No, I've never seen it before. My
Atticus,
first
had you
viewing.
seen it before?
No, I've never seen it, and I really liked it. There was like so many. Lola kept making fun of me because I kept going like, "Oh my god, like
Like,
what?"
'cause you
Like
thought, oh, I was like, you thought some of the boys were cute?
no, just because I didn't know that thing was gonna happen.
Oh,
I
like
thought
the
they were gonna let
twists
him
and
go.
turns.
Yeah, in the court scene, I thought they were gonna be like, "No, he seems fine. Like this is about a different guy." And then he did
Yeah.
go to jail. Didn't see that
Yeah.
coming. No,
Didn't see
but
that
really,
coming.
like,
Yeah.
all right. Spoiler alert: when they shot poor Tommy,
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
dude, that was
god.
crazy. That was
I felt
nuts,
so
huh?
bad. I felt
I
so
felt
bad.
so bad. That was so sad because you could tell because he oh yeah. So let's start walking through maybe something that I thought might be helpful is if we kind of start breaking down the movies kind of like scene by scene, so like starting in the beginning and talking through it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought like the beginning, like the opening was very interesting because they gave us just enough to see a way where Andy could have done it
Mhm.
and to see a way where it's like, oh, maybe he didn't. Um, I thought it was also very interesting that the lawyer said it would have been understandable if he'd shot his wife uh, only once, but it was the fact that he shot them more than once that it was atrocious.
Yeah, you have
I was
to
like,
reload the gun because there are 8 shots or something.
yeah, which is
Um,
interesting.
which is also interesting because if it's that guy that went to do the from the country club,
Mhm.
the guy
Yeah,
that Tommy
Elliot
knew,
or Elmo.
Why did he reload the gun? It doesn't.
Well,
That
does
doesn't.
it say that he
He's just being a
reloaded the
dick.
gun?
Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
it was a revolver, and they got shot 8 times.
And they know it was a revolver.
According to the ballistics, I guess it has. I mean, that's what they were saying.
I took that as he didn't do it because it was a different gun.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. I was like,
Yeah, but
can you use-
the prosecutor said revolver holds 6 shots. He
Right.
emptied that and then had to reload, and one more for each person. Something.
Right, but that's
Yeah.
assuming that they had his gun. That's under
Right.
the assumption that they had the gun registered to Tommy.
Right. Well, they didn't have it, but that's
right.
Tommy?
I did like not Tommy, Andy.
Andy,
Andy.
Tommy.
It's the same
Tommy
character,
Dufresne.
really.
They both end in Y.
Oh.
But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I
Mr.
think
Dufresne.
2 life sentences. He seemed like a smart guy. I think immediately I was understanding that he was smart because the attorney was saying, like, isn't it awfully convenient that like we can't find the gun? And when Andy said, I mean, I'm innocent, and so like it's markedly like inconvenient to me that you haven't found the gun because it would prove my innocence.
Right. Yeah,
So-
that was a good line.
I thought so too, and it was interesting to me because I never once thought he was guilty the whole
Yeah, I
time.
never thought he was guilty the whole time.
Did anybody
either.
play around with that, or did anybody have a different experience where maybe you were wondering?
The only time I wondered is because there was something I noticed that I really hadn't noticed before. But when they showed him stepping on the whiskey bottle outside the car, so he
Yeah.
had gotten out of the car. So it was just kind of like, well, that's weird. Why did he? You know, that wasn't part of his narrative. That wasn't part of. You know, why did he get out of the car?
As soon as it said that he reloaded a gun, I was like, "That's silly. Who would do that?"
Somebody who's really pissed off.
Yeah.
A vicious murderer.
But it's just like a waste of time.
I don't know, like if somebody really, really, really pissed me off.
And reloaded 2 bullets, just 2.
Just 2. That's all you need.
Oh yeah, I'm petty like that. I totally would like to
I'm
shoot
petty.
him, like to
I
shoot
can
the guy
wanna
like a
save him.
wiener once or something. Like
Yes,
You know.
totally. I could totally see myself
Like-
doing that. Yes. Well, I
It's
mean,
not-
like not literally, but
That's
like if I
crazy.
were a murderer, my version of being a murderer
figuratively.
would be pretty petty, I think.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to
Mhm.
think if I murdered somebody, I'd probably get away with it. You know.
I mean, I think
That's what everybody
most
thinks,
people
but
would.
no, they're not getting away with it.
I just
And then they're
so
like,
I-
wait, they know about the fingerprints? Sorry, Liza.
no. I mean, I think if I was to murder someone, I would maybe. I mean, I don't like O.J. Simpson, but I think that is kind of a good situation where it's like, oh, you did it, but you've been tried, and it like because I wouldn't want to worry about getting caught at some point.
Did you not read the New York Times bestseller "If I Did It"?
No.
He didn't do it.
Are you kidding me, Luke?
It was his son.
That man. Okay.
Carl?
Let's just move on.
Okay,
This
let's
isn't
move
about
on.
O.J. Simpson.
So here's something that
Carl Simpson?
I'm interested to ask you guys. From the moment Andy got the little hammer,
yeah.
was that all? Did he start planning things then?
No.
Or
I think so. I mean, that's what
I
they
do
said.
too.
That's what they said at the end, right? It said that he'd been doing this for 20 years.
I think he did not request. I think when he initially requested that little rock hammer, he truly was requesting it for hobbies.
They showed a montage of him doing it over.
Yes, what they
20
showed
years.
is he was carving his name into the wall, and a sizable chunk of wall fell out.
right?
And then they showed his face being like, huh, and kind of started going back to keep doing it.
Right, but that's why. Then why would he have gotten the Rita Hayworth poster so early?
It's because no, like your
Once he realized
question
it.
was from when he got the hammer. Was he planning that? Eliza's answer is no. He got the hammer
yeah.
to start a hobby, right? So if we're looking at a
Mhm.
timeline, we're at point 1, right? We go to point 2, which is him going to carve his name, realizing he could bore a hole. Point 3 is the Rita Hayworth poster. So it's not suspicious at all that he ordered that early. He wanted that early after he'd made the other revelations that he had made up to that point.
I
So
see.
it actually
No,
makes a
I
lot
agree.
of
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Once he realized
And
he
then,
could do it,
So
I'd
at
like to think if I was in prison, I could escape.
I don't think I would have made it through the shit pipe. I don't think I would have made it through that pipe. I just don't think I would have been able to.
the poo pipe.
the
Mhm.
pipe.
Oh, dude,
How do you-
I probably would have been in there and I'd have turned around. I'll be honest. I'd have been like,
I
oh
think I would have
god,
been like, I'm
Just
in
climb
here
back into
now.
bed like.
Yeah, just like
Sorry.
yeah,
Luke,
nothing
I'd
to
like
see
to
here.
think you would actually keep going.
Yeah, right.
I'd like to think I
in
wouldn't even
that
smell it.
scenario. I just so like they get in and the first bet, right? So they're arriving at the prison and they're calling it like new fish, fresh fish, fresh fish.
Yeah,
And then also like why fish?
I don't know.
Is
What do you
that
mean?
just like
I
a
don't
prison
know.
thing?
I have no
People
idea.
used to have sex with fish back in the 30s, so they were
Oh,
like,
really? Wow.
People
yeah.
still do.
A big
Yeah, will
mouth
you put
bass.
the banner back up so it's covering my chins?
Oh yeah, you betcha.
Thank you. So I just put like chin blockers.
Chin blocker.
Thank you for saying so much.
Wait, director.
Ah. So what I'm so they come in and that poor man who got killed the first night. Oh,
Yes.
Fatso.
Yeah.
don't
Real
call
sad.
him that, Atticus.
That's just
That's
that
what they
was-
were calling him.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know.
only
I
name
think
we
that
have for
was
him.
like Fatso was like on the subtitles.
Did
He
you
has
look at
no
the?
name.
Did you
Yeah.
look at the? Did you look at the credits?
Is that what it
That's
says?
yes.
Fatty
Fatso?
McFat
Yeah.
Fat.
And because like I did notice on the subtitles, it was like Fatso whimpers. And I was like, oh my
Aw.
God, like, can this guy get
You
no freaking like where's
Can't catch a
that?
break even in the subtitle.
It's
God?
2022 and he's still being referred to as Fatso. What's going on?
Right.
Terrible.
So here's my beef with the movie. I liked it except for one thing.
That little bird?
No, the bird was fine, but they 20 years goes by and
No aging.
they it doesn't age a day. Like
Wait,
when
I
he's
thought
on
they
that
did.
boat in
I thought they
Mexico,
did age them.
I feel like
They put
Morgan
a little
Freeman
bit.
in his hair.
barely
A
aged.
little
Yeah, they
stuff.
put gray in his hair.
How would you know? Oh, I guess that's it. Gray.
I mean,
Morgan
look, Dad
Freeman
hasn't
just,
aged
like,
since I was a
looks-
kid.
I-
oh,
What?
he's aged.
I'm
Trust
getting
me.
younger by the day now too.
Oh, nice.
I can
I
tell.
think that's called dementia.
Thanks to
They
the
did age the warden, I noticed. Because they
He
gave
had
him
that
like a fresh haircut and fresh
He had like the flat
spectacles.
top. Yeah.
Yeah.
laptop.
I
But
haven't aged
so-
in 20 years. I'd like to think.
I did not like trigger warning sexual assault.
Since you like a 6-year-old.
I did not like watching Tim Robbins get jumped and raped.
Well, yeah, I don't think he ever.
Mm.
I don't
They
think they
never
ever
showed
really
it, but
showed
yeah,
it.
I
But
didn't.
yeah,
I
The
know,
impli-
but just knowing
the
it was happening
implication
to
was
me-
there, but
They definitely said they implied it happened.
sure.
Oh, no,
But it was,
100%.
it's a prison. What do you want?
I guess like I know you hear those jokes, but it was hard to
What
see that
jokes?
really does happen.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens
Do you
all
think
the
it happened to
time.
Morgan Freeman's character?
Oh, 100%.
Probably not.
Well,
Unless he
maybe.
was the procurer. I don't know. How do you say that word? Procurer. Procurier.
Peculiar? I don't know.
What?
Parquater.
He
Peculiar?
He's jumping around.
procures items.
Procure.
Oh,
Yeah, so how does that work? How
Procure?
does somebody get set up in that?
They just got a guy on the outside.
Yeah, they've got like a crooked guard that is like the middle person between them and a
Yeah.
point person on the outside, and
Exactly.
so they
So,
place
hey,
orders.
Let's get back to when did he start the ball rolling on the
Crooked
whole
guard.
thing? You got to understand, digging a hole is one thing, but then doing all the books and all that shady stuff, that's a whole different. That's a long-term project.
It's they answer that throughout the course of the movie. It's not like there wasn't like a scene where he sat down and then got the like plan put together, and then you get to follow a montage of his thought process. It happens little by little throughout. He makes decisions based on the course of events of the film.
So it's not. He didn't have a long-term project. He didn't make this goal up 20 years ahead of
No, I
time.
think it like the puzzle pieces presented themselves over time, and he just took advantage of opportunities.
Yeah, he was a
Oh,
long-term
hey,
planner.
how
and
about this?
opportunist.
How about this as symbolism? They weren't puzzle pieces; they were chess pieces. All
Totally.
the pieces
Oh,
in
yeah.
the game.
So, like,
Wow!
but like
The
He was
truly,
playing
shoelaces had
chess, not
Marcellus
checkers,
Wallace's
literally.
soul.
Chess, not checkers. Oh my
I
God!
think
you
you're
throw up?
exactly right. I think that is spot on. I think that's what he was doing.
Well, and if you look at
Mhm.
it, when he came out of that 60 days in the hole, that was it. I mean, somehow he had all the pieces in place at that point,
Oh, he was big mad. Yeah.
and he was like, but I mean, once again, you saw the depth of that tunnel. He had to. I mean, he was working on that thing every
Nonstop.
day, pretty
Yeah,
much.
every day.
Yeah,
Until he had it
maybe-
done, and then he was taking a break, getting sleep.
That
So
could be.
maybe yeah, he was just doing a little bit of that every night.
Because I'm sure at one point he just had it done, and he was just like waiting for the right opportunity, right?
That's
Mhm.
how I
Yeah.
felt about it.
Yeah,
That
maybe
was
he
my
was just
read.
trying to. Yeah, but you know, he had that whole made up that whole made up guy for the bank accounts.
Yeah.
And was that? I mean, was that legit? That was probably legitimately what he was doing. But then he
Oh
saw,
yeah, huh?
oh yeah, I can use that for my advantage.
No, I think he. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he was setting that up for the outside. That's what I gathered.
I think he always had intended
To
to
steal
have
that
that
money.
person be somebody he could be.
Yeah.
Because he was gonna try to get out fair and square. But then,
But
Yeah,
how
once-
could you if you have 2 life sentences?
well,
then
because
you'd have been in good shape if they hadn't
through the story. Remember?
they hadn't killed Tommy. He'd have been all right.
Oh my god, that was so terrible.
Yo, what'd you guys think about? What'd you guys think about the warden?
What do you mean? He's
I
kinda-
hated him.
I thought he was a
I
piece
hated him.
of
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't
bad
like
guy?
him. I didn't like his wife's
On the warden
shitty
scale.
needlepoint. I didn't like
Hmm.
him. I didn't like you know what I did like though is that when they were shaking down everybody's rooms and cells, you know, at that point the warden grabs Andy's Bible. And you have to think to
Mhm.
yourself that rock hammer's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And thank goodness he knew Bible verses off the top of his head.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
Good thing he's
Yeah.
a certified genius.
Because that could
He'd
have
already
gone so-
memorized the Bible.
I'm surprised it didn't shake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, he must have
I think
just
like
whittled it just perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
thing
think,
was
like,
that
really
little
precedented.
cutout in the Bible was cut a little too precise. But anyway, that's
I could do that. I'd like to think I could do that
I'm sure you could.
in prison.
first
What did
first
you
try.
like Andy better, or do you?
without a knife even.
Just
He just pressed it really hard.
just lick it.
So dumb. So I feel like there were 2 different stories almost in the same story, and I feel like it was Andy's and Red's.
Yeah.
Mhm. Just like how
Okay, I'll keep
Ferris
Carrying the
Bueller's Day Off is-
conversation. So what?
is ju-
I thought you had a. I thought you had a thought. I thought.
Are you gonna, you
I
gonna
thought you were
interrupt
gonna
me to say
continue your
that
thought.
too?
What are you talking about?
Like,
I thought there was a total of 300 actors in the whole movie.
I think the set weighed anywhere from 10 to 20 tons. Now, if we want to talk about how, if you took everyone's shoelaces out of their shoes and measured them, that's a whole other ballgame.
I don't know, you guys. I'm sleepy. Like, help me out here. Agnes, what were you gonna say?
I forgot because of all this nonsense. What do you
My
eat? Gummy worms too?
2 stories. What do you mean 2 stories? There was
Thanks,
one
Chloe.
story. It was the relationship they had. Hello.
What was that? Well, she
Lola?
just
She's
she gave you
waiting.
She gave you this. Oh, that was Wave.
She's
That was for
Shark.
us.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
yeah.
uh,
She's going like this to you guys.
Stop it.
Dang.
so in doing a little research, you know who got me? Morgan Freeman got nominated for the Oscar for this movie, not Tim Robbins, and for Best Actor, which I thought was fascinating.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
So
Did he
kind of a
win?
slap in the face to Tim Robbins.
here's yeah, I know. He's the one getting all beat up.
Okay.
Sriracha.
Uh,
We're
Sriracha.
recording, Akis.
What are
What?
you eating?
It's a
Little
it's a
Trumpy.
mukbang video.
It's a
Uh,
mukbang. Yes.
What's
So
mukbang? Is that like big eel thing?
No, that's what people eat.
No, it's
That's when people eat
where
on camera.
people and they won't stop eating. It's
Yeah.
so much.
so
They eat so
here's my
much.
take on the movie. I liked it. I'm not going to categorize it as a great movie, which I
What?
think where it fall a lot of people put it into that category, but I just kind of feel like it was a little sanitized, a little, it was a very predictable type of Stephen King story that's made for motion pictures, you know, where if you look at The Shining was a Stephen King novel that got put, but it was totally like original and crazy and all that. And even Carrie, I thought was a fantastic movie rendition of a Stephen King novel. But this is kind of reminds me a little bit like The Green Mile, where
No
it's
spoilers. I haven't seen that.
oh, it's so sad when Tom Hanks's head gets chopped off. Uh,
By a guillotine.
yeah,
Because it's actually not even the Green Mile, it's the French Revolution.
And the guillotine was driven by Hitler.
So Stephen King
Oh,
did write this. I didn't realize that.
yeah, yeah.
Huh.
And
I
that's
didn't know
it was
that
all
either.
set. It's all set in Maine.
Yeah,
Right
that's
there.
beautiful.
Never got any of these. Okay, but anyway, so I don't know. That's just it's a good movie, but I'm not putting it up there with great movies.
Why
Uh,
not?
That's
I
bold.
just don't think it.
That's bold.
I just don't. I mean, I just feel like there are movies that we've watched already that are better. I think
Oh,
Inland
I
the
agree.
Void is better
We
than this.
can't
I
hold
yeah, we can.
everything up to Paddington 2. It's not
It's unfair.
fair. Like it's gonna stop every conversation because we're never gonna top it.
I disagree. This movie should feel bad that it's not Paddington 2.
Okay.
Can't
Well,
hold a candle to it.
But
I would
of
actually say
course.
that this movie does just like a good movie, you know?
yes,
Yeah.
It keeps you
no,
it keeps you enthralled the whole time. It
correct.
doesn't necessarily have like some of the artistic flavor of like I don't know, a
Enter the
Wes
Void.
Anderson film or
Yeah.
like Enter the Void, but I still think it does its job way
Oh,
better
nobody
than
smoked
most movies.
nobody smoked DMT in this movie. Not even
No
once.
argument. No argument there. Solid,
Well,
good storytelling with some twists, and that yeah, I'll give it that credit. I have to say, one of my favorite scenes in any motion picture is in this movie, and that's when Morgan Freeman goes and digs up that box.
oh my God. The emotions, I was so in it at
And
that point.
you know what makes it so good is, and
What?
I know you. I mean, I'm sure we've all been there to where you're not doing anything wrong, but you're always looking. When Morgan Freeman was like looking around, who's looking,
Totally.
and he does it twice. Like, what's going on? I mean, I was like, is somebody
Yeah.
gonna catch me? Is this a joke? But yes, his performance in that little scene when he's just looking at the box and everything, I just loved it. I thought that was fantastic.
I
You
thought
know
it was so beautiful.
you
I
know what
thought
I
it was
liked
so
about
beautiful.
you know what I liked about the end
What?
is that they didn't do that blue ball shit where they're like, uh, let's have him open it up and look at it and his face is glowing and you don't get to see what's actually in the box
Mhm.
and you have to use your imagination. I like that they didn't do that. And then I also like that they didn't make me not see them reunite in Mexico.
I'm glad we saw them reunite. I am. And I
Uh,
will I will say, like, first of all, why are they putting these men in the most adorable little outfits when they're leaving, all nervous to leave the prison and go back into the world? Because
Yeah, they dress
Brooks'
him up
little
so cute.
suit and his little hat, and like
They give him a briefcase.
when he was trying to cross the street, and like the cars, I was just, oh my god, I was losing my mind for little Brooks. And
Well, it's
then
like it was 1947 in the movie, right?
At the
yeah, Brooks has
beginning.
been in, he said, since 05 or 02.
Yeah, I don't know.
He'd
When
been in
did
since
Brooks
1902.
when did
Yeah.
Brooks get
So
let
like
out?
40 after
19
47.
Hmm,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but it just, and then Morgan Freeman's little outfit. He
Well,
was
they gotta
also
give him some nice clothes.
he was all dapper and he left. And I just was like so nervous for them. You know what I mean? It's like when you imagine like your kid going to school for the first time and being like, are they going to make friends? Or like, they going to be okay? Like, that's how I was feeling about them. And then, so then when Morgan Freeman's like on the bus, like talking about hope and how hopeful he is, that he just wants to see his friend, that he can get across the border. And like at one moment, he just says the word hope. And it's like as if his voice maybe is going to crack a little. It was so full of emotion, and so
Yeah.
I was bawling my eyes out. And then his little hat blows off his head and starts blowing into the ocean. He like doesn't even care because he sees his friend.
Yeah.
I thought
But
it was very sweet.
And like
sorry.
they fuck, right? Like right
No,
after
So
that.
I got
What?
that vibe too, man. I got
my
the
father
vibe that they
just
were
friends.
lovers.
Oh my god. Dad,
so
what were you gonna say?
the thing that I didn't like about uh
Here we go.
I just
but
don't
that
see. I just don't see how someone could sniff poop without dying.
I just don't
I
see
just
the
thought the
physics
whole
of her. When would she have been training for this?
That's not Mike Rowe. That's
I
just some average baker.
What was
When
I
would
would
she
just
have been
wish they
trained?
would have made the whole ending scene a little bit more believable. Hey, why is he fucking with that stupid boat? I know he said he wanted to get a boat so he could have it at his hotel to take his people, but there wasn't even there was a washed up boat on the beach.
I didn't
There
even think
wasn't
twice
anything
about
for
it.
miles around.
That's
I
how he's
mean,
gonna fix it. That's what he was talking about, man.
it was dumb.
I want a boat that washed up, busted, and I'm gonna fix
I
it up.
just that was just dumb to me. I mean, they could have done that a little bit better, but anyway, that didn't it didn't detract terribly from my feeling for the movie, but it didn't. It just was like, why do that? Why not just
Go the extra mile and show it in a harbor.
yeah, and have him
Okay,
meet him at a harbor?
that's
That
fair.
would have been yeah
Maybe it was
on
for like
something that actually fucking floats.
the aesthetic of the
Maybe they
scene,
ran out
man,
of money.
Oh,
on the beach.
absolutely. Yeah, I get it. The aesthetic of the scene, big long beach, nobody else there, just the two of them, that kind of thing. But yeah, I get it, but it was just kind of I don't know. You guys know me.
Yeah.
Big long beach, nobody's there. It's hot. Like his shirt is
Mm.
open. The wind is
Yeah, lost
blowing.
his
Like you're
hat
saying, oh no hat. Like
and
stop.
Stop.
his
Was
pants were
it
all rolled up already.
Oh yeah.
was it Shawshank
How do you?
Redemption or
What?
was it Brokeback
Why would
Mountain? That's
that?
all I gotta say.
Why would that matter? Why would his pants being rolled up?
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
because you
Could
do
know
you
make him
why.
look
think that
like
they?
culottes.
Do you think?
The
Do you think that they
ankles.
like slither it up there, like up the pant leg
Oh,
or something? Like
oh.
it's not how it
No, but
works.
those little rocks coming out of his pants was funny.
Yeah, well, that's
Mm.
how he did it.
Um,
I want a pair of these big old prison pants. They looked comfortable.
that Tommy looked like such a dork with like his shirt tucked into his pants and his sideburns, and then pop, 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 dead.
There were like little details in the movie. I remember at the opening when Morgan Freeman goes before the parole board. You could see on his hole was in a different hole, but then the middle of the belt buckle was a bigger hole. Like he had lost weight, so he had actually had to tighten his belt, kind of thing. So that little things like that on this movie, I find pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
like
pretty
all those
cool.
little details. It
I
felt
didn't even
very
notice that.
real in that way,
Yeah.
which is
What do you
usually because of those details.
what do you guys
I,
think about like Morgan Freeman's final board review?
Oh,
that left me confused.
yeah.
Like, why when he says he doesn't give a crap, are they like, "Yep, now you're
Okay,
really
you're
It's more
yeah,
human,
I guess.
I'm
maybe.
glad that it happened, but like I didn't totally understand like
It didn't make
why.
it. I mean,
Maybe
that's another thing.
maybe they
We gotta let
they
him.
were trying to get him to kill himself. Sorry, Dad. Go ahead.
Maybe they ran out of money, so they had to. Hey,
Yeah.
just we can't keep having him go to the parole board. Let him out. Let him go to the tree. Let him go to Mexico. Cool lots.
Who cares?
I just am thinking about my boy Brooks and I'm so sad.
R.I.P. Man. He only
Like
had a
when
couple years
he was
anyway.
panicking
Yeah.
and was like gonna slit that guy's throat.
Oh yeah, that was sad, huh?
Just
I
What?
mean,
to
I like how
say,
it touched on how prisons institutionalize people.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, and they
but
said
also
that.
like but also like the guy that Brooks has with the knife, like just like really like just come come on, man. You're like 35. And this
Yeah.
guy's like
That's an
70.
old man.
Hey,
Just
some
what
old
is he
people can
gonna
be
do?
pretty strong. I like when he said, "I've
True.
been thinking about getting a gun and shooting up the place, and then I could kill the manager too. That would just be a icing on the cake. But I'm done with that stuff." I'm like, "Damn, dude,
Yeah, too old for that.
well, that's where
just
you
go."
forget like so many of these people did kill people.
Yeah. Yep.
A couple, some of them.
Probably most.
What
What
was
was
Red in jail for again?
Murder.
murder?
Yeah.
He's the only guilty one
Murder.
in there.
Predictable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, like I said, I liked it.
That's fun.
Rewatchability, I think it's
10.
pretty high on the really
Pretty high.
rewatchability
I'll say
because
that.
there's stuff that. So here's the thing.
Yeah, what?
I think it. Don't kill me, but I think it dragged a little bit.
I feel totally
Yeah.
the opposite. That's actually one of the I'm sure I could see that, but like one of the things I was thinking to myself, gosh, I just can't get comfy, sorry,
Drag?
was that like, oh, this was a 2 hour and 22-minute movie. Enter the Void was about 2:35. This felt a whole hour shorter
Yeah, I agree.
than Enter the Void. For
I
me
agree. Yeah,
personally.
100%.
Yeah, I just felt like they were. I don't know.
That's okay. Like that's yeah. I
I
think
get the whole thing with bringing Tommy in and all that, and you had to have it. You have to have some
Tommy.
have development and develop the storyline and all that.
no, get down.
Get down tonight.
Get down.
But yeah,
get
it was.
down.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to drag in spots for me. That's just.
Yeah,
Really?
Um,
fair enough.
but if there's enough there, I think there's enough depth that it can stand one or two more watches. This
Yeah.
was on HBO Max. So
It was?
yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
it was?
yeah.
Cool. I wish I'd known that before.
Dude,
so
I
could pay
rented
to
it
watch
on
it.
stinking
Idiot.
goddamn Prime Video.
Dummy.
You guys don't watch it. You don't check all your.
How do I
sources?
check? How do I check? I have like a million streaming services.
You go
If
to
you have a
HBO
smart
Max and you do
TV
a search for Shawshank Redemption and see if it comes up, and sure enough, there it is.
and Luke, if you have a smart TV and you can even put like a port onto your PC where you can just search on your on your TV or your PC Shawshank Redemption, that it'll be like it is here in all these different places.
I'd like to
So if it
think.
doesn't pick up on YouTube.
I'd like to think Luke already knew that, but obviously he doesn't. Ooh, coffee.
I'd like to
Watch
think a lot
out!
of things.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get
What?
comfy. And
Damn.
it's not going great.
Yeah.
Is Chuck
Uh,
asleep?
I liked it.
I loved it.
I give it a thumbs up, no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
thumbs up
giving
for
it a
sure.
thumbs down. There's no, don't
I
get me
would
wrong.
shank.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
I'd almost give it 2 thumbs
Whoa.
up.
I think I'm too,
Hot-
honestly. I really
Hot
liked it.
take.
I thought it
Uh,
was great. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a person who watches that movie and is like, I didn't like that.
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
Yeah, it's like impossible to like dislike this movie. I feel like unless you're a prison warden,
Yeah, unless you're like pro warden.
corrupt warden.
Yeah.
Like that warden did
The
nothing
guy-
wrong.
No.
You guys are
The
criminals.
guy who the $35,000 gift to like tax smart guy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
What's his name? The officer who's like heavy with
Main
the
main guard one.
Dungaroo.
Heingard.
Whatever. We know who you're talking
Heimdall.
What else has he been in? He looks so familiar.
about. Yeah, he does look familiar, but I don't know what he's been in.
Let me look.
Let-
I don't remember.
Let's find out.
Dr. Peabody's Wonder Emporium.
I'm gonna guess
Shawshank Redemption.
Avatar.
Avatar.
Oh.
Ooh, nice. I'm gonna guess.
Oh, you guys excited for
The
Avatar
Road to
too?
El Dorado.
Yeah,
Not really.
that's a good.
Oh my
movie.
God. You know what it is?
Huh?
What?
Okay, Akis, this is a movie that we watched when we were younger, like probably around the time, like
All
Chris
movies
watched it
of-
with us for sure, and we've watched it a lot.
Starship.
George of the
Starship-
Jungle.
Shut up, Dad. Shut up.
God.
God.
I thought we were looking this up.
Did
Was
you
it
not
George of the
just hear
Jungle?
me trying to get Atticus like guessing?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh my God. It's
Blue
How do those
Steel.
stay on your
Troopers.
face, Dad?
Huh?
I
Somebody,
said, how do those
somebody
stay on
read
your
that.
face?
They're the compression.
Atticus, it was Starship Troopers, just so you know.
I already
Oh.
told him that.
Crazy.
Yeah, Dad said it, so I'm assuming.
John Wick,
you-
Chapter 4.
He's in John Wick.
Chapter 4.
Cool.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Nice.
What about Bad Boys 2?
Flubber.
Bad Boys. Bad Boys. What you
Man, he's
gonna
been
do?
in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, dude,
Dad,
that's new.
You bring that
You have-
movie up all the time. Like,
I'm just reading what movies he was in. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Netflix.
I have
Meh.
seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
All right, well, I can tell
it's
that.
just okay.
there's probably not much more to talk about since you guys aren't
I-
really contributing to the
I
conversation.
would give it a numerical score of a 7.8.
I would give it 9 shitty sewers out of
That's right.
10.
I would give
I
it
get-
9 little birdlings in a pocket. in a
I'll give it
jacket pocket.
7.8 Bohemian beers on a roof.
That was a lovely scene. I liked that scene
Yeah,
a
I
I
lot.
did too. The man was honestly playing every angle he could.
Andy is a legend.
I'll give it.
Oh yeah.
I'll give it
I strive to be like
5.5.
Andy. I'd like to think of Andy.
Uncomfortable looking shoes.
You
How
give it
much?
A 5.5?
Yeah.
That's bold.
Because
I
that's
think that's the
fucking
lowest
shitty
score you've given
score.
since the Winslow boy.
No. Well, the Winslow boy is negative 5,280,000.
You give it
so,
5.5?
That's what he said. He can't go back now.
Speaking of
That's
the Winslow
crazy.
boy, you motherfuckers,
Ugh.
that is the episode that you talked about Atticus's headphones.
Oh
I was not on that.
no, you were. I'll go
No,
back and prove it to you.
go watch it. Go watch the video.
Dad, now that we're recording all of our conversations, you can't gaslight us anymore. I know it's
Yeah,
hard to get used to, but
yeah, you're gonna be held accountable now.
Oh,
But I just
wow.
wanted to
For
point that
once in
out,
my life.
everyone, because you gave me a pretty hard time
Ooh.
last week for not
pretty funny,
remembering
though.
that we talked about Atticus's headphones.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to say I'm right for the record, and I have proof. I have the receipt.
I also
Okay,
sent her
okay.
several text messages after, just like, I can't believe
Dude, Morgan
didn't
Freeman's getting
remember.
old.
my head.
Getting old.
Yeah.
What's getting
Dude,
old?
no,
He's
he's
been
getting like
old. Morgan
really
Freeman.
old. I just
How old
looked
is
at
he?
I just looked at his most recent pictures
70?
on what's it called? Google?
You
Dude,
forgot Google was called?
I forget every other word, homie.
Did
He's 85.
did you guys
He
know
looks
that he started?
phenomenal.
You know what he started out on?
How does he 85 and
P-
looks like this?
The
It's crazy.
PBS show called The Electric Company. Do you guys remember that little?
Electric company. No,
Yeah.
but I remember the stuff that it parodies and that mocked it later.
He and Bill Cosby were on The Electric
Ugh.
Company back way back in the 70s. But yeah,
Oh God, Bill Cosby.
did you guys know that? What's his name? The guy who was in I can't even remember. Forget it. The Matrix, the black guy in the Matrix. What's his name?
Morpheus.
What's the character? What's the actor's name?
I don't know.
God, what is
We
his
told you
name?
what
He's
the
like
char-
somebody
we
I've
told you
seen
what
in
the
so many
character's
movies,
name
but I
is.
don't know.
It's terrible. All right.
Looking.
All right. Anything else on
It's,
Shawshank
wait,
Redemption?
wait.
Lawrence
The guy-
Fishburne.
his name,
Yes.
His name is Leon. His
No.
name is Lawrence Fishburne. Can't
Fishburne.
just
Do you know
glaze
he
past him.
started? He started on Pee Wee's Big Adventure on TV.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh,
about right.
that's cute.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh my
He
gosh,
was like a
like
cowboy.
what an
Cowboy.
upstate, like way to
Yeah.
really take advantage of his career.
I know, right?
Right?
Yeah,
All
he
right.
did the damn thing.
If that's it
All right,
for
it was good.
Shawshank, who's up next?
I think it's Luke.
No.
No?
Yes.
I did last. Wait, no, did I?
No,
There was Winslow Boy,
it's you.
then Enter the
No.
Void.
it is
I
you.
think
It is
is it-
you.
It's
Because it
me,
was Enter the Void, Winslow Boy, and now Shawshank.
dude.
So,
There's no way.
No,
Winslow Boy was so long ago.
Wait. We did we skip Luke? No,
No.
Hereditary.
No, yeah, Hereditary.
yeah, but that was back in
So it's
That was-
Halloween.
bad.
That was after
It
Winslow
is.
Boy.
It was?
It is Luke.
Yeah,
Wait.
because I went training
It's
day.
Dad.
Oh,
Th-
my
yeah,
turn?
because
Okay.
I did training day,
Ugh.
and then you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick the Winslow Boy because it's just like training
Come on,
day."
Dad. Give us
All
something good,
If
man.
All
If it's
Please.
some, if it's
No,
some
oh
other
God,
Please.
boring,
fuck,
God.
Please. People are watching this movie with me now, and I have to. I have to.
All right.
I can't bore them.
All right. This is a great movie. This
Give us something to be grateful for. Okay, Thanksgiving's coming up. Dad, please.
if it's
Dad,
if it's
seriously,
Lawrence
like,
of
think-
fucking
look at the movie
Arabia,
that you picked.
Bro,
Look
I'll
at the
take
movie that
Honey,
you
I
picked
Shrunk
for
the
us and think
Kids.
to yourself, like,
Please.
are the kids gonna want to watch this?
yeah, no projecting.
okay. Here we go.
You got it.
Oh
You got
God,
it.
if it's
I'm
Lawrence
gonna
of
know
fucking
everything
Arabia,
I need to know just based on
I
the first
swear to God,
like
it's gonna be all
glimpse we get of the
grainy.
trailer. Yeah, I'm gonna know. You'll know
The
it's gonna
sound,
be
like,
bad
this-
if the trailer doesn't make any sense at all and
Yeah.
isn't a
Yeah.
trailer whatsoever.
Shut up.
On
There's
this,
gonna be, like,
on
some
this
weird-
episode
weird
of someone
trumpets.
drives a lawnmower 80 miles.
So, wait, do not say shit about a straight story because I love
Oh God.
Oh, Holly
Ugh.
You
Sorry.
could have picked the
6-year-old.
pianist.
Oh, I've
Oh,
seen
actually, this looks sick.
She came to a strange land in search of a new life.
We can't leave the piano.
But there are too few of us here to carry it now.
She came to a husband she had never met.
It was time, I'm sure, she would become affectionate.
And discovered a passion that would change her world forever. Holly Hunter, Harvey Keitel, Sam Neill, the piano. The critics say, so moving and original, it is a triumph. One of the most enchanting love stories ever filmed. Erotic. Mysterious.
Erotic.
Exquisite. Jane Campion is one of the most splendid filmmakers around. In a new world, passion has no limits. The Piano, from acclaimed director Jane Campion.
Okay.
Trying to butter us up with a little soft core, huh?
So this is the director. This is the same director that did Power of the Dog,
Oh, great.
but there's no comparison in the quality of the movie. This is probably one of the most beautiful movies ever filmed. It's just remarkable.
Have you seen
So,
Avatar?
And that wasn't filmed. It was kind of computer generated. So
Okay.
anyway,
Okay.
on that,
There's a camera in there
where?
in the mix. Where? I don't know, somewhere.
All right, with that,
Dad,
well,
we've watched this movie together, haven't we?
have we? Oh, maybe. I just love it. So
Erotic.
probably have.
You're
You
All
know what I'm
right.
saying, Dad?
So
Yeah.
funny.
stunning. One of the best
Oh
pictures
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Sexy.
Harvey
All right,
Keitel's
we'll see.
hands
Has
all over your
everybody
body.
good for next week?
Steamy. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
good
Yes,
for
for
next
now.
good
week.
for next. Wait, actually, yeah, I'm good for next week.
It's Thanksgiving weekend, so just so you know.
Oh, dude, I have nothing
mean,
to
what
do.
am I
I live by
doing?
myself.
Well, why don't you come out? Well, Lisa's working. And might be working. So anyway, we'll go from there. All right, next week for The Piano, starring Holly Hunter and Harvey
Let's
Keitel.
go.
I can't wait.
And that other guy. All right, bye
And the
everybody.
guy